Hi, my name is Joe Stewart, and I am a former life and health insurance agent from Washington State. Today, I'd like to talk to you for a few minutes about the differences between dental insurance and discount dental plans. I'm going to try to make this as brief as possible. We've got a lot to cover in a short period of time. I know you got better things to do than sit here and wait. This is something I've gotten a lot of questions about over the years. Basically, what it breaks down to is dental insurance is really, very similar to regular health insurance and or any other type of insurance. If you look at, for example, health insurance, say you've already got a pre-existing condition, you have an illness or an injury, and you go in and you apply for health insurance. They're not going to immediately cover that pre-existing condition. The reason being is because, for the low cost of your first monthly premium, it's not going to cover something, expensive that was already there. Look at auto insurance also. Let's say that you buy a used vehicle and it's got a big dent in the door. And you go to an insurance agency and they come out and they do a walk around of the vehicle and they take pictures of anything that was already there. The reason they do that is because if you ever get in an accident, they can look back at those pictures from the original date and say, wait a minute, that dent in the door was already there. We're not going to pay for that. And it's no different with dental insurance. If you go in and you get a policy and you go in for a checkup and they do x-rays and whatnot and they find 2 or 3 cavities in your mouth, maybe a couple chipped teeth, you got some gingivitis going on, whatever it may be, they're going to look at that and they're going to say, the insurance is not going to cover these things. You're going to either have to wait for the waiting period to be up, which can be up to 12 months, or you're going to have to pay for, cash out of pocket, which, at that point, you are basically paying monthly premiums on an insurance policy, and it's doing nothing for any conditions. Most insurance policies come with higher monthly premiums. Although you can get some cheap ones for you see on the internet for $7 or $10 or whatever. I urge you to look at those things and look at things for that, say, exclusions, limitations, maximum annual coverage limits. All of those things. Anything excluded means that they don't cover it. Anything limited means that they have a limited coverage on it. Maximum coverage amount means that they may only cover a certain amount per year or a certain amount per family, and usually those are very, very low cost, very, very low amounts. So I urge you to please look at each policy before you sign up for it, so you don't end up in a bad way when you go to the dentist and think that you're not. Dental insurance, just like regular health insurance, is not care. Preventive care, you go down and get your policy and you go down for a checkup and you make sure everything's working okay, and then you go in once or twice a year for follow-ups and cleanings and x-rays and make sure that nothing gets out of hand. You're paying so much a month to make sure that your teeth are staying healthy, and it's there in place in case something does come up. However, most policies, just like health insurance, you're going to have to pay a copay. There's a good chance you'll have a deductible, which can be anywhere from no deductible if you want to pay a high premium, up to $5,000, $10,000. You could have one as low as $500, depending on your budget. As far as braces, any orthodontic work, dental insurance does not cover all. A policy specifically for orthodontics. Most people are not aware of that. If you are in need of braces, I highly urge you to check everything out thoroughly before you make that purchase, because you may be in for a shock. Just like regular insurance, they will have a maximum annual coverage amount, and you'll also have monthly premiums, just like anything else. Highly recommend you check that out. Discount dental plans, these were first introduced about 25 years ago. As a matter of fact, when I first moved from the Northwest down here to Arizona, around 15 years ago or so, it was not long after that, a couple years after that, I needed to see a dentist, and I called up a local agent, and we chatted for a bit, and I told him what was going on, and I was looking at getting some insurance, and she told me straight up, she said, Joe, you know what, I'm being honest with you, if you have any pre-existing, your best bet is to get a discount plan, because insurance just doesn't work well for that type of issue. And I got to looking at these things, and I was shocked by what I saw. I started comparing the two things. I've already gone through insurance and explained that to you. Pre-existing conditions are no problem with discount plans. There's no waiting period. You can be seen right away. The plans, you can get an individual plan as low as $79.95 a year, a family plan for $130, $150 a year. Savings 10% to 70% depending on the dental procedure that you need done. Multiple other benefits. There's no age limits, no limitations. You can choose any dentist within the network, and at the time of this recording, there's over 100,000 providers. You can change providers at any time. So, say for example, you see, Dr. Jones on one hand in the network, and you see him a couple times, and you know what? You find out Dr. Jones is just, doesn't fit your personality real well. You're not real comfortable with him. Don't like his nurse or whatever. You simply find somebody else in the network book that's sent to you that's local and call them up and say, you know what, I want to start seeing you instead. And you don't have to answer to anybody. You just start going to the next person. No questions asked. Let me see. Lost my train of thought here for a second. The other thing I wanted to mention about discount plans is, as far as the dentist is concerned, they also make out well. For any business owner, they know, business owners understand that they need regular cash flow. So it works out well for dentists because they can accept this discount, but they'll take or whatever, and not having to wait up to 45 days on insurance reimbursement. Sometimes they get stiffed on that. There'll be something that they'll treat someone for, and the insurance will not cover it. Being in a network with several other dentists gives them buying power on certain things that they need on a regular basis. There are a lot of benefits to being part of the network for the dentist, so they do make out well. It's just that you go in and they'll look at whatever you need to have done. They'll look at, they'll see your little identification member card, and they've got a little chart that they go by and say, okay, you need new dentures. For this area, you're getting a 50% discount. So instead of paying $1,200, we're only going to charge you $600 for them. And you can either pay cash or you can put that on a credit card today. How would you like to do that? Well, a little while later, you walk out of the office with a brand new set of dentures, and you pay $600 or whatever it may be, and they've been able to pocket that same amount. They've been able to pocket that cash and pump it right back into their business. And it's just a win-win for everyone involved. I've got a lot more about this that I can explain in more detail over at my website. If you go over to www.dentaldiscountplansusa.com, you'll get a lot more information. And besides that, if you're not already there, actually, because I'm going to post this video there, there's also two different things on there that you need to be aware of. There's an opportunity where you can get 3 months free, where you can actually plan the annual plan, and they'll give you an additional 3 months free just for joining at my site. And also, there's a coupon code there where if you use this code, which is JS10, that's J as in Joe, S as in Stuart, and the number 10, JS10, they will give you 10% additional off of your enrollment fee, which is already low anyway. But they're going to kick another 10% off of there, plus give you 3 free months. So if you are in pain right now, if you need to see a dentist for any reason right now, and you're looking at having to go through a waiting period with insurance, I highly recommend that you hop over to my site, dentaldiscountplansusa.com, and learn more about discount dental plans today. Thank you so much for taking the time to listen, and have a great day.